as usual, we will go over through some of the things that I have did throughout the day, and then eventually I'm gonna ask myself, have I learned something from those experiences, or am I not on the right track in my day-to-day activities? What are the things? How am I spending the times with? And then eventually we will gonna highlight few of the important stuffs overall streams. Throughout the streams, if somebody join in and say some random topics, we will gonna consider that and eventually pick it up and we'll discuss about it. As usual, what exactly happened was I didn't sleep last night because after I finished the streams, came on the bed, grabbed the phones, and I believe I just used social media for some reasons, and then eventually went to the bed. Whenever I went to the bed at that time, the time was approximately, it was what time? It was 3 or 4. I couldn't exactly remember. But as far as I know, when I put the alarm, because there is one of the alarmy app which showed me how many hours you can able to sleeps, means whenever you put the alarms at that time it can show you how many hours are there. Hey Jumper Whitey, how are you doing? Long time didn't see you, dude. So what happened was, as usual, I put the alarms because main goal is to wake up at approximately 7:30 or 7:34, because the place where I work, that's around 1 hour 30 minutes far away from where I live. Bro, the alarm rang, and when the alarm rang, I immediately jumped from the bed. Times, especially when you are in the New York City, you have to refresh yourself, eat some food. But my main concern was, oh no, there is my work. I have to be in my work at least at 9 o'clock, because again, in the workplace, each day each person has the responsibilities in front desk. And there is one thing I swear to God I'm going to highlight. Just listen. um, this is a very important lessons I learned. Today is the second time which was said by one of my supervisors. Bro, I slept only 3 hours for that bullshit work, and then because last night I was did the live streams and then went to the bed, and because of the work I wake up from the sleeps for at 7 o'clock because of the work. I slept only 3 hours on something. Then I rush into the workplace. Hey, Princess Carol, how are you doing? And then I rush into the work, and remember, I didn't eat breakfast, nothing, because I was rushed into the work to ensure that I am on time. But remember, this is the important lessons I swear to God I have learned in my one way. Hey, F. Cowell, how are you doing? From where you're watching, just let me know. And bro, I rushed into the bus. I didn't get the bus, took the Lime scooter, and then I took the trains that took around 1 hour 30 minutes. And this bullshit jobs, I'm saying bullshit is because again I'm not a very big fond of doing jobs and earning money, because that shit gonna what's your name? My name is Anam. How are you doing? Ahmed, maybe. Nope, my name is not Ahmed. That's wrong. So bro, I swear to God, I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't sleep well because of the work. I get up from the bed, immediately rush into the toilet. I didn't even poop also properly. So then took the slime scooter because bus was not there. In my mind I was thinking, holy cow, if I wait for the bus I will be late for the work on time. And remember what the heck this manager said, that supervisor said. Remember, I'm gonna tell you. Man, I was walking my ass off so badly and rushed into the train stations, missed one of the trains, then eventually pray to God that I could able to. Where do you live? I live in New York City. How are you doing, bestie showers? And bro, then got the trains. My, you know better. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So eventually, I went to the workplace, bro. I went to the workplace at 9:04. I reached there, and remember, my supervisor was there. And even though we had hey, YT out. How are you doing? Long time didn't see you. No, no, I'm not doing any hacking stuff. I swear to God, I'm a cool guy, man. I don't show you the bad stuff. Oh, I never had anyone from New Zealand. Thank you for joining in. So when I went to the work, the supervisor, he was standing in the front, and he's a very cool guy. Again, I'm not saying, yo, Galiji, you better stop saying that shit, man. So this supervisor, he's a cool guy, which means communication, perspective, as well as very nice guy, very clear. But one thing which I asked myself twice the moment which when he told me something, because I didn't eat any food, I didn't sleep because of the work, and when I arrived only few minutes late, do you know what he said? Do you know what my supervisor said? I supposed to be there at 9, enter to the work at 9:04. Remember, this is a work, this is a jobs that I'm doing. When I went there, Amir, how are you doing, brother Amir? So when I went inside the workplace, and obviously you have to clock in and also get yourself ready, and that takes around, I would say 6 minutes. Holy fucking god, man! This guy. Again, I'm not saying he's a bad person, but as a supervisor, this guy he came up to me. Hey, Debos, how are you doing? Can we get a fridge review? No, man, my fridge is full. I swear to God, it is full pack. I'm gonna show you next time. Wait, I will show you my fridge. This guy, he came to me, my supervisor. He's saying, he look into the time. He's saying, hey, Anam, I think 2 days also you are late. So can you please make it early and next time? I said, dude, again, I was not. Okay, okay, I'm gonna show you. Again, I was not angry, or I was not annoyed by him. Instead, I was telling myself, what the F this guy is telling me that I didn't sleep, I didn't eat breakfast, I came so fucking badly for these jobs, and because of only few minutes I'm late. And this guy, he came to me and he's saying that, hey, you were 2 minutes late to your jobs because you're supposed to clock in at 9 o'clock, because you are delayed for 10 minutes or 3 minutes. And that shit completely hit me very hard, because bro, you are working for someone's. I asked myself, bro, you are working for someone's. You, if this guy he tells you to come into the work at 9 o'clock, then you have to be there. So you are under control by someone, so you better work your ass off to be respectful at the moment, but internally just work your ass off in a way that maybe 1 or 10 years from 1 or 2 years from now, just completely stop doing any kind of jobs, do your own business, help other people, so you will be in your own track and you will be in your own boss. So the important lessons that I have learned in myself, I'm not saying working for other people or doing jobs is bad, but the moment where you have full where you have given full of your effort, give up your sleep, give up your breakfast, give up everything for one specific jobs, and at the end, since you could not able to make it at this exact times, they're gonna bunk you and saying that, hey, still you are late. So unfortunately, we can't. It's like too late. So man, it's it's a sad reality, and whenever you fall in that situations, at that time you realize that let's make schemer. No, not schemer. I'm just highlighting of the day, and this is sad reality which many of the people who go through on those situations. And the one who is smart enough, according to me, what I believe is the one who is clever enough who would going to stay polite, stay respectful whenever they say some things, but behind the scenes they will gonna work their ass off to ensure that they would never ever gonna be told by someone that, hey, you should have to arrive at 9 o'clock in my workplace, and if you are late for 2 to 3 minutes, either you are fired or you have to give me some kind of bullshit explanations why you are late. And this is the sad reality. This is the sad reality of many. I'm laying on the bed with the diaper full, about to go to sleep, and good night. All right, no problem, good night. So this is the sad reality of many of our young generations who goes through. And you know what is more crazy is, in our education system particularly, these things which are thought that, hey, once you finish the high schools or maybe your college, you have to get a jobs, and once you get a jobs, um, you have to get married, get settled. And honestly speaking, for someone who is scared of taking risk, that path might be acceptable for him. However, if you are other kind of person whose main goal is to help people to build some things in your home country, as I said many times in my youtube live stream, that hey, my one of my biggest dream in my life is to just build one of the hospitals in my village, in my countries. Bro, right. I'm going to bed and it's midnight later. Hey, Jerry, it is a midnight. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can understand that it is like 3 a.m. in the morning in New York City, but still, I fucking have to come on the live streams and just yapping around my entire day's activities, and then eventually we'll go to bed. So what I was trying to say, as I said before, I'm a kind of person. If you are someone who is ambitious, whose main goal is to help people, as well as build something that will benefit for the humans, I'm Arizona. All right, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So in that cases, I am 110% certain that going into the jobs, clocking in at 9 o'clock and clocking out at 5 o'clock, that would not be a best fucking options. Trust me. A crusade will be, I have no idea, that seems like Netherlands flag. Lima, you just said something. How are you doing? That's it. So that would not be a good option, and that is the reasons I have highlighted so many times in my live streams. Many people have asked me, hey, what is your dreams? What do you want to build? And I swear to God, if I have ever become a billionaire or millionaire, I would never ever gonna flex my wealth. Trust me, I'm a kind of person who'd never ever gonna flex my wealth. Instead, my main goal is to, as I said before, just build a hospitals into my own village. The question again become, why the heck you gonna do this? Is it because you will going to um, get a rip off from the text file? No, not really. There is a purpose is there. So question become, what the heck is purpose? What happened to your eyebrows? Bro, it's nothing happened to my eyebrows. I slept only 3 fucking hours, and after I slept 3 hours yesterday, I didn't sleep whole day today. Okay, so that is the reason. It seems like I'm just, trying my best to put my eyes open. So another reasons why do I even have to just build a hospital is because, bro, my mother, she died because of lack of treatment she received, and my cousin brother who did a heart attack because we did not have a hospitals in our village, in home country. On top of that, I had many other occasions. On top of that, I had many other occasions where front of me I have seen one of my uncle, he had a seizure, and after he had a seizure, because after he had a seizures, obviously it took place in the river, or I would say lake, and in the lake nobody saw him, and eventually he drowned, and after once he drowned, then no, he eventually died over there. However, we tried to take him to the hospitals, but we don't have any hospitals. And those scenario, I ask myself that, wait a minute, there are many other peoples in my village as well as around the world might have gone through in these situations. Then I, as a human being, why couldn't I do something about it? So one day, whenever I will die, then the benefit which will be received by people because of my effort, then at least I can feel good that I have done something good for the world, rather than flexing around with the monies or buying good stuff or luxury stuff or marrying some, random beautiful lady who might demand hell lot of uh, hell lot of, I would say, jewelry and those stuff. So those are the things which I ask myself that, wait a minute, you are going to a wrong track. So it's better just put your ass into one of the business goal. And I am 99%, 99%, 99.99% I'm sure that if I start the business, I will gonna fail. You know why? Because if I'm gonna fail, that doesn't mean I fail, but I will gonna learn from it. Why? Because I have never did my business in my life. And on top of that, the things which I'm planning is I will start the business as well as record my journey. So whenever I will record my journey, obviously maybe 3 or 4 years, 4 years from now, I will gonna recap and identify what are the mistakes that I did. And on top of that, when people will see my journey, they will also get motivated and will get inspired to tell themselves, wait a minute, if this guy who has nothing, who He's not very smart, but still he started a business because he had a purpose in life, and the purpose that is tied to his cousin brother, mother's death, those things. Though why can't I start my own business? So those things will also motivate other people. So that is the reasons I decided to just start the business as soon as possible. I have already called out one of my brother, not brother, I would say him one of the friend slash co-worker. He used to work with me, but he left. I told him that I need the LLC to be created as soon as possible. And another thing which I have realized, it would be important lesson for whoever watching right now, is Jeff Bezos as well as many other entrepreneur or whoever billionaire. One thing for sure you will gonna realize, the persons who is rich, who has solved a problem, they are not very expert into that specific field. They are not very expert in that specific field. Instead, they have an idea, and once they have the idea, they hired someone, whether it is software engineers or some external third party, and those people who build a product, who build a services for XYZ entrepreneur. So right now question becomes, wait. So what the benefit the entrepreneur he receive? Remember, the entrepreneur whose main intentions was to solve a problems by using his own ideas and take a risk. So when he take a risk, he hires someone, he invested a money, he put all of his effort, all of his energies. At the end of the day, even though he's not expert in that specific field, but still people who reward him back as a money, whether it is money, whether it is coins, whatever things, whatever shit it is, just they reward him. So that is the lessons which I have learned on that day night when I was going to bed. I asked myself, wait, Amazon's, it is one of the largest e-commerce business in the world. So Jeff Bezos, he's not an software developer. So how in the world he do that? Then I realized, no, it's Jeff Bezos who hired somebody else who created the platform for him, but the idea was originally by the Jeff Bezos. Then I asked, wait, what about the Elon Musk? So on the other hand, the Elon Musk, earlier stage, he created his own platform. But again, remember, there could be some other software developer who was with Elon Musk, and then eventually they created an uh, corporate, or they created a huge companies. But ultimate target goals they did they have was not money. It was solving a problems. They have failed maybe tons of times, but whenever they failed, they have learned so many times. For example, the SpaceX, where I still remember when I was scrolling in Instagrams at that times, I came across to the SpaceX where Elon Musk, his first attempt failed, second attempt failed, as well as third attempt. So many times there is failed attempts took place. Then eventually they were able to launch the rocket, and after they launched the rocket, then they also got a fund from the government, as well as got involved with the NASA's, and ultimately they have created some kind of big organizations. But the purpose of their mission has not changed. The purpose was to send people in the space, which they did. So that is the reasons I always ask myself, what is the purpose of me doing a certain things? Even as I told you guys before, that when looking for a spouse, when looking for my spouse or etc., so I always ask myself purpose. What is the purpose I should choose a specific persons? Because because you can marry someone. Getting married is easy, but being married with someone for a long period of time is hard, very hard. So if you have a clear purpose that you are not looking for the beauty, instead you are looking for somebody's for based of compatibilities, based on the values they will going to bring to your life as well as to your future generations, which is very crucial. Because again, you might be you might be alive in this earth for a few more years, and you never know when the death will gonna come to you. So if you die, then your children will be raised up with their mother. So if you have a good wife, then your children will also grow up as a good persons, and they will also do the good stuff like the way I will do in my life. Man, I speak too much. I think it's like 1 minute. So anyway, I came from the work, and I swear to God, in the work I was so much so much disappointed on myself, as well as I was asking so many questions in myself, but I was extremely keep quiet. That the moment when my supervisor he said thing, because before I started those working stuff again, I thought that the environment are extremely good because the way they communicate, the kind of facility we have, as well as, hey, Paralogy, how are you doing? Paralogy officials, the kind of facility they provide, and meantime they also have the unions, which means the unions they also have the insurance, etc. stuff. Southern California in the house. No, Albert. What do you mean Southern California? You are watching from California. So those are the benefit that tell me that you know what, this job is very good, as well as they have a good career path. I'm good from Philippines. Oh, I have one of my best friend. He's from Philippines. His name is John Michael. Philippines, which place? Manila, because he's from Manila. So ultimately, the lessons which I have learned in my life is, if you wanna really wanna do some things, same like building a venture or helping people around the world, doing the jobs wouldn't gonna help you. You have to take risk, have ideas, hire someone because you can't be an expert into that specific field. Yes, I know Manila. Wait, you are from Manila or you know Manila? So I finished the work at around 6, and whenever I finished the work, I saw some people are in outside. They're just sitting with the desk and just discussing. And one of the lessons which I have learned, and by the way, it would be helpful for you as well. I learned it from the Instagram, and that shit worked really well. I implemented it. So whenever you try to make a connections with new people, like you meet for the first time, for example, here is name, Parallel Joy officials. I met her for the first times in persons, sometimes in Manila, in my relatives' beach. I'm a Kegia Valley. Oh, I have never heard that village. So let's say apparently I just met her for the first time in persons, and then remember this technique. So the main goal is to just try your best to ask her indirectly or directly how you can help them, why they're here, and what is the purpose. And if they need any help anyhow, then you should try your best to give as much as possible into that connections. So whenever you give some connections to them, then automatically you will build a strong bond. So once you have a strong bond, then over the times, either if you need any help or if you need any kind of assistance with any projects, you can immediately reach out to them and they will gonna remember you. So today what happened, I will give the example real world. So I finished the work, I saw someone was sitting outside, then as usual I didn't know them, they came from different college or different university. I immediately go to them, from where you are, sir? I'm from New York City, just live streaming parallel. So whenever I saw them in the table they are sitting, I just went to them and I'm asking, hey, can you guys tell me what you guys exactly doing, and what's that for exactly? Because I'm very curious. And obviously they said, hey, we are having an event in the on campus, as well as we are trying to attract as many people as possible regarding this survey. Then immediately I got, wait a minute. I also had one time an club into that specific campus, and it was super duper difficult to attract the student, because again students are very rush to go to their class. At some point you have to just sit on the desk by yourself and just check, giving out the flyer, hey, take this flower flyer, hey, just come to our meeting, club meeting, etc. But suddenly I got an idea, wait, but last moment I have seen there were another group of students who came with the tables and trying to approach to the other people to join in their meeting. But what they did different was they have started giving out the popcorn, and in those popcorn which they have added was different kind of butter as well as salt. Obviously when you add the butter in the popcorns give away very delicious smells, and which you can able to feel it from further away from the place where the popcorn is cooking, I would say. And because of the smell, automatically people attract into the attract into the place, or attract into the tables in which you are sitting. So I got that idea. So I immediately tell her, one of the lady, I got introduced. I said, hey, look, I got the best option, because you guys are sitting here. It seems like none of the student who is taking away your flyer, as well as it seems like I should help give you some recommendation, and if you don't mind, then I will gonna give you one of the best strategy that worked for me when I was in this area. They said, "Well, okay, what was it?" Then I told them, "Look, just put some popcorn next time whenever you come in, and whenever you come in at that time, just come at this specific timing, because this timing lunchtime, and obviously during the lunchtime, the student main goal is to just save the money. So if they say, oh, they're giving away the free popcorn, then the free popcorns, when they will say free popcorns, once they come and tell them that, hey, take the survey, then we're going to give you free popcorn, and then you get the free popcorns, your survey will be done." And this is the idea which I give, and it was very interesting. Then afterward, I realized, wait a minute, I can also connect them with one of my another faculty member, which I have met when I was in that specific locations. His name is Jose. So I immediately tell her, hey, just give me 1 second. Let me just pull up the Jose's contact. Can you do? No, no, hell no, bro. That things I have no idea. So I can have the Jose's contact and I can give to you. So make sure reach out to that persons and definitely he can also help you. Bro, what do you mean? I have no idea what that number is. That somebody told me that's like music things, and I don't want to get those weird stuff. Trust me. So when I was looking for Jose's number, I swear to God, suddenly I realized, holy cow, I forgot to clock out, man. So I forgot to clock out, and I'm just speaking with those people. Hey, Funny Semi, what the heck? Fana Semi, I can see your message. How are you doing? Madam Mokso from, bro, I swear to God, with the number you said, I am not familiar with it, so I don't want to get into the weird stuff. So just please keep it away. So when I heard that, holy cow, I didn't even clock out. Then immediately rush into my workplace and just clock out. And when I was clocking out, then eventually I got the Jose's contact, give to the lady. They are one of the organization. They just came in. I like, bro. What do you mean 6 9? No, dude, hell no, bro. I couldn't get it. I swear to God, Nili Roy. My name is pronounced Fana. Is me, by the way. Hey, Fana, how are you doing? I think we have to go to sleep. So anyway, I give them the contact. I also tell them some of the suggestions. Bro, what do you mean 6 9? Are you kidding me? So then, afterward, I came to the subway stations, and obviously from my father, he just called me up. I called him back because again, when people who hit 60 plus, and obviously they are mentally, physically, they're not stable. So at that time, they want to do so many weird stuff, want to go so many places, and only options you as an adult, myself, is to just listen to their conversation, analyze it, and whichever one is important, just take an actions accordingly, rather than giving them the full freedom. Because again, whenever you are 65 or 60, at that times you will make a very weird decisions. Why? Because you're almost in a situations where you have to take a rest to your body, so your brain would not gonna functions as an adult myself the way it's functioning right now. So I spoke with him, discussed about his illness, etc. Once I came home, there is one of the lady whom I met over the internet, and she's saying, "Hey, can you give me your biodata so we can discuss about it regarding the marriage and those stuff." So came home, and after I came home, bro, Neil Roy, I can see your message, Neil Roy, but I swear to you, I have no idea what that means, and I don't want to get into the weird stuff. Trust me. So that is the reasons I'm gonna avoid this thing. The reasons I'm avoiding is because one time there is some people, they were saying very nasty stuff on my chat, and bro, I was saying those things, and eventually um, I realized that these things are not good. So that is the reasons, that is the reasons I'm trying my best to just stay away from memes and those things. Again, I'm not saying memes are not bad, but it is good. But sometimes, if you are making gang sign, this sign, that kind of signs, and that will lead you to involve in so many different kind of scenario. So long story short, I took the subway. While coming on the subway, as I said before, early in the morning, I slept only 3 fucking hours. At that times, bro, where are you from? As you sounds Indian. No, I'm not from India. What are you talking about? I'm not from India. Fana. Guess what? Where I'm from. So what happened was, I took the subway, and I swear to God, man, my mood was too much sleepy. In the subway, I was moving this direction, that direction, because obviously New York City subway, it moved. I'm Filipino. Wait, you are from Filipino? Which state? No, you are lying, bro. Nilo, you are not from Filipino. Trust me, you are not, because there is some person from Filipino who said that you are from Filipino. All right. Anyway, so ultimately came into one of the stations, and once I came in, just took the bus and immediately turned on the Instagrams. And another story which I have learned. That is a lessons. I just said a story which is not good. Another lessons. Whenever you want to be productive, try to follow a process, which means just note it down the task that you want to do. Yo, I never had anyone from Indonesia. Thank you so much for tuning in, because I had one of my friends whose name is Reja. He's from Indonesia. You know how I met him? It would be weird for me to just saying my friends' names whenever any of my viewers who tells their countries, because not because I want to make you happy, but I grew up in one of the country like in the Middle East, and in those countries I have studied in international schools. So when you study in international schools, you will meet people from around the world. So that is the reasons when I see anyone from the Iraq, Iran, then I can say, oh, his name is Poinogota. I couldn't pronounce your name, but I can see you are from Iran. At that time, I can say that, oh, there is one of my friend who is from what his name? I forgot his name. PK. We used to call him nickname PK. PK. And this guy is, I swear to you, his hormone is hyperactive. His hormone is super duper hyperactive. So front of the class, we always make fun of him. But right now, this dude, he's super duper jacked up and very strong, and he want to become a boxer. So long story short, that is the reasons whenever somebody says, "Hey, I'm from Indonesia," I do have a friend from Indonesia. One of my closest friend, his name is Reja. Another girl, Khabib. Oh, he's my favorite boxer, man. Khabib Mavericks. You know what is crazy? And back then, when I used to do my hairstyle, at that time I used to cut my. No, 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 no. You're always TTWCs. You better stop saying those things, dude. There is no oilies here. So at that time, I used to cut my hair, same like a Khabib hair. Why? Because, bro, my main. Yeah, so I used to cut my hair Khabib hair. You know why? Because at that time I consider myself like a Khabib. Because Khabib, the way he's modest, the way he talk, as well as the way he speak with people, I consider myself like that. But over the times when I grow up, I realized, wait a minute, just calm down, dude. You are growing up. One day you will gonna marry someone, so you better keep your hair straight and in a way that you should attract with the opposite gender. So that's the reasons I stopped cutting the hair like Khabib. But ultimately, I do love the Khabib hairstyle, as well as he's a cool guy. And yeah, Kamazad. He's like savage. You know why? Because, bro, this guy, one of the statement which I love a lot, he said that, again, I'm rephrasing this stuff. This is the one I have heard it from the Instagram, where he said that life is passing very quickly. One day you feel 18, right now you feel he's feeling like 30. So one day you will be dying. So if you do not prepare for your death, then when the death will come, you will be super duper scared. And this is the fact. This is the fact, especially if you are not atheist, and if you, especially if you are a religious person, I should rephrase my word. If you're a religious person, it is the fact. But if you're an atheist person, then you do not have to care about it. So long story short, those are the lessons I have learned. And by the way, I just sent out one of the biodata to that particular persons, and I'm regarding the marriage, and I will gonna give you guys update by tomorrow. What the outcome? Islam, got you. Yeah, this is the guy. I love it. Whenever I see some situations where somebody is naughty or somebody do not know anything, I just say, send him to Kazakhstan and forget for 5 years. And what he said, wait, he said one of the word is uh, send him to Kazakhstan and forget about it. Wait, I forgot this word. What he said. It was kind of like that. Send him to Kazakhstan and forget about it, and he will be a good person. Like that things he said. Come, Islam. Yeah, Dagestan. Yeah, Dagestan, not Kazakhstan. That was Dagestan. So send him to Dagestan and forget about it for 5 years or some. this. And that's what I was thinking, that maybe one day if I have my son or daughter, yeah, son, at that time I'm gonna just send him to Dagestan and then just forget for at least 10 years or 5 years, and put him in a such a way that you have to be like an MMA fighter. And it is required to become an MMA fighter to survive in New York City. You know why? Bro, I swear to God, in the broad daylight, these people they started fighting with you without any fucking reasons. During the night times, you are coming the subway, suddenly that homeless guy he started beating you up. Other times, this guy he needs the money. He come and begging to you, and you are saying, "Hey, I don't have any penny or cash with me. Please don't come after me." This guy he started pushing your or pushing or grabbing your clothes. So in that situation, what the heck you gonna do? So if you know MMA fight, or if you know better MMA fight, this is the good one, because that's like overall martial art. So if you know those things, then if immediately you can defend yourself. What if your kid wants to be a boxer? If he wants to be a boxer, then I would definitely gonna tell him to become like uh, what his name, Muhammad. Yeah, there is one of the greatest boxer, Muhammad. What his name, Muhammad? I forgot. He's black Africans race, and his name is Muhammad Ibrahim or something. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali. Yep, that's the one. I study his history as well as in Hollywood. They did not put his name in the floor because of the respect that they give, and instead they put his name Muhammad Ali in the wall or some other places. But I have never seen in person. However, I heard it from the internet. So I would, I would definitely gonna encourage my sons to make sure you should grow up like a person who needs to help the society rather than growing up like an normal average dude whose main goal is to chase money. You should not chase money, because money will come and go, but the legacy that you're gonna leave behind in your life, it will gonna last long period of time. Because Mother Teresa, as well as Mother Teresa, she has done so much good stuff, and till these days the people who study the biography, they knows what the things that even Khabib, remember Khabib, what he has done. As far as I have, again, he does not disclose most of the informations, because again, those are the things public, private. What I have heard someone that he had some kind of charity organizations or some things. And not only that, but also another persons which the Land of the Desert. I do not remember his exact name, but he used to be called Land of the Desert. He has fought with the British when they were in the Middle East in order to avoid them from conquering their land. Another person whom I have remember was what his name, Mahatma Gandhi, as well as Steve Jobs. There is the persons, I don't know whether you guys have read his biography or not, but Steve Jobs, look at him. Did he chase the money? No. What he chased, instead, he tried to solve the problems, build a products that will help the society. And another persons which I have read the biography, the owner of the Filth Knight, he is the main founder of the Nike. And founder of the Nike, I have read the entire biography, because there was one of the book which go back to India. Lino, no way, you want me to go back to India, but I'm not from India. Lino, I'm not from India. You're making a mistake. I'm not from India, dude. So then there is another one who is what his name was. Yeah, Filth Night. So when I was in one of the bookstore, and suddenly I just saw a book name is The Shoe Dog. And so I just bought it, and after I bought it, then over the times I have learned a biography of the Nike companies, and which was amazing. So anyway, long story short, if you want to help people around the world, then it's better try to solve a problems by doing a business which means first solve a problems. And obviously when you try to provide a solutions. At that time it required expenses, materials, money, services. Are you from Iran? No, I'm not from Iran. People think that I'm from Pakistan, but neither of I'm not from Pakistan. So, hey, take are you taking song request? I don't listen to song. I swear to God. So you can tell me some memes or some incident stuff, and which you can post it in my, what's that name, Discord, and maybe in next live streams whenever we're gonna come on the live. At that time we'll just discuss about. My back is hurting. I don't know why. So ultimately, the things that I'm gonna tell myself, advise myself first before telling you guys or my future generation is, if you want to help people try to solve a problems, and while you are providing a good solutions of the problems at that times, try to monetize it as a business. So if you make a business, try to have a clear purpose. The main purpose is to not to gain profit. Instead, try to provide as much solutions that needs to be tied with a certain purpose, certain pain that you went through. Because right now you might be asking me, hey dude, what is the pain that you had? My pain is I don't have a full freedom of my life. Why? Because my employer is saying, hey, you have to be in my office at 9 o'clock and you are late for 2 to 3 minutes or maybe 4 minutes, and why you are late. So even though I didn't sleep whole night, I didn't eat breakfast, but still I went to his office, but he's saying you are late. So that means I don't have control over my own time, own life. That was controlled by my own employer. So that is one thing. If you have your own business, you can have your own freedoms, but the risk you have to take. If you do not take risk, then automatically your mind would not going to tolerate at the moment that you make an uncertain decisions. Why? Your mind will think that you will gonna fail. So those are the important stuff which I advise myself before telling to other persons. And my leg is also paining. Its time is 3:32. Yesterday at this time I slept, and then I wake up at 7:45, and it was crazy. It was crazy, and hopefully next year at these times it would not gonna happen to me. And at these times I'm certain that I will gonna make these things happen, which means the business happens, as well as I will gonna um, I'm certain that I will do the documentary every single stuff of what are the business I'm doing, as well as what are the things I'm doing, because this particular channel is mainly connect with the people around the world, discuss what are the things that I did, as well as play some games, build a good community where each of us can able to express our own thoughts, ideas, and make sure all the people who feel safe. That's the main goal for this channel. Because if I start saying, hey, this is the business I did, or this business that didn't work, everything's only business, then that would not going to make any sense. So if we're going to have mix and match, connecting people around the world, that will be more fun, as well as it will be easier for me to discuss about many kind of topics in the live stream, rather than just you know telling myself. So I have to just end the stream because it's 43 minutes. Right now it's 3:34 a.m. in the morning in New York City, and tomorrow's plan was, hey Hishwak, what's that name? Hishbiduwaki, how are you doing? We will gonna end the live streams. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always stay smile, always always smile, as well as whenever things goes wrong, be act like a man. Do not get depressed, because that's the things which I have seen many of the people around the world, especially the men, when the things doesn't go according to the plan, they get completely depressed and sad. Don't. I mean, you are a man. You have to provide. Please answer me. I'm a big fan, bro. We will gonna end the stream, so hopefully tomorrow we will answer your questions when I come on the live stream, because again tomorrow I have the class, as well as I need to take my father into one of the hospitals and many other stuff. So that is the reasons I have to just go to sleep as soon as possible. Stay blessed, stay safe. And another quote which I have remember, bro, have you seen a horse who goes for the war? This is the quote which I have seen in the Instagram, where it said, the horse that goes into the war would not gonna dance in in the weddings. So the horse which dance in the weddings, which are beautiful, which are attractive, as well as they're more healthy, wealthy. But meanwhile, the horse that goes into the war does not look very attractive. Instead, they're strong. They're more tolerate to the, I would say, tolerate to the conflict. Where if any conflict take place, they can easily able to defeat it. Big fan, Ishwa. Hey, Sean E. He. I have no idea what's that your name. But by the way, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will gonna catch you up tomorrow, and we will gonna discuss more details about it because tomorrow would be the exciting day for me. Why? Because I got fogged up today, so that is the reasons. It hurt me. It created a pain. It reminded me my past story of what are the things that I have plans and what are the ways it is going. And another thing, I tell myself, never ever anything I can edit. Yo, Sun Hishi. Bro, can you just spell your name? No, please don't stop. Dude, what do you mean don't stop? Another thing which I have learned myself, if you really want to do something in your life, history or anything, just do it, bro. Do not wait for your parents or do not wait for your guardians to just make a confusions in your mind. Just start it. Because today, there is one of the guy I was super duper inspired by this person. He's disabled. He does not walk. He he can speak, but it was like, in a way you can understand approximately 75% of his word. But but there is the problem. So the problem is his main ambition is to create a business. So that is the reason he started his own spicy sauce business, and right now in the 17 or 18 store around the world, around the United States, not world, is selling his spicy sauce. He should be hire me for your job. So bro, answer me, bro. In one day, whenever I will have my own company, at that time I will hire you, but I'm not gonna hire you as a jobs. I'm gonna do it in a way that that's what I thought when I was in the restroom. That whenever also when I was in my workplace restroom. So I said myself, whenever I will have my large corporate, again, by the way, since the one that we are doing, it is like starting point, like just startup. So the things that I was telling myself was, hey, whenever you will have your own company, whenever you will hire someone, at that time, do not treat them that they're employee. Hell no. Treat them that, hey, you own this business in a way that if you live in this particular business for 4 years, then you will gonna be owner of this particular business, like stake, for example, 5% or 10%. So if the business is generating, company is making huge amount of profit or increasing the stock, at that time you are also earning money. So same way, the owner, the CEO, the stakeholder is getting money, you as employee, you are also getting the same amount of money. Why? Because you are the owner, you are also working into the same business. Yo, Hish buddy. Yep, I just answered your question. Inshallah, no worry. So one day, whenever we will have our own big business, just remind me that, hey, dude, you remember whenever you were just say a comment that, hey, dude, do you remember one time when you were a small streamer, I used to come on your live stream and I asked you, can you please hire me? So hopefully one day we will gonna, just reach out to you. I have to just leave, bro, because it's like 3:39 and my leg is freezing because the room which we are at, it does not have a good proper heater. But still, I'm thankful. Yeah, man. But make sure, Hishwaki, bro. Make sure do not stick with the jobs. I swear to God. Just try to start whatever things that you love. And Raphael, thank you so much, bro. Stinky smell. No, 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 hell no, bro. So anyway, let's just end the streams, and I will gonna catch up next times. It's like around